Man, this thing is like a wheelie cheat code, an absolute wheelie cheat code. Beautiful dog. Hey! Welcome back to the vlog. In today's video, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're still going to be doing some moto vlogging and riding around town, but I'm going to talk about this phone mount that I 3D printed without having to make any modifications to my bike that will securely hold my phone in place while I do things like pop wheelies constantly up and down, jump curbs, mess around on the bike, and still have the ability to look down and see my phone. It's exactly what I wanted. I know some people online were talking about, well, why don't you just get, I think it's the Omni Lock handlebar style phone mounts. It's just not for me. I don't like the idea of mass up that high. But anyways, so I wanted something here. I've seen a lot of people using rubber bands and whatnot here on their battery cover, and so I was like, you know what, why don't I use my 3D scanner to scan the battery cover, get close to perfect geometry, and then I can use that accurate geometry to reverse engineer something in CAD. And if the tolerances are tight enough and it's a real seamless fit in there, I was willing to bet that I could just use that 3M double-sided VHB tape to secure it down, and that stuff is plenty strong. If you've ever used that double-sided tape from 3M, it's strong as hell. So that's exactly what I did. So really quick, before we get into the fun stuff, I wanted to talk about my basic requirements for this case going into this design. I wanted something that was robust. I wanted something that was a nice tight fit to where the phone wasn't rattling around. I wanted it to also be fully 3D printable, and I wanted to have the ability to mount it on the bike without having to make any modifications, meaning no drilling, no welding, plastic welding, none of that crap. I just wanted something that was pop on, super secure, and if I wanted to take it off, I could, and leave no mark that anything was ever there. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't like to have cases on my phone. I like them just, you know, I put a D-brand skin on there, but that's about it. I like to feel the natural phone in my hand. That's just how I like it. And lastly, I needed the ability to charge the phone. So on the bottom of this, there's a hole for the charging port where I could plug in the phone to my bike and be charging while I ride. So first things first, we took the 3D scanner, we took the battery cover off the bike, and we scanned it. Once I had that scan data, it was super easy to turn that into a mesh, pull it in to Fusion 360, which is what I use for parametric modeling, and start to design a perfect fitting phone mount. All right, so now we have the scan, we have the parametric model of the phone mount made, and we're ready to print it. So the last step is to pull it in to your 3D printing software, load up some material that will suffice. This is a prototype, so it's made with PLA, but I don't plan to leave it on here long enough. You send that file over to the printer, and about an hour and a half, 2 hours later, you have your printed phone mount. Now, I didn't take the best cinematic, I guess you could say, footage of this. Usually I would put in a little more effort. I would do some B-roll. I would actually use my DSLR and, you know, take some footage in my room with my computer and make it look a little bit better than just a moto vlog. But I wasn't actually ever planning on making a video about this. But after I had already done all of this work, I realized, wait, this would actually be a pretty cool video. I mean, this would be something that I would watch. So I decided after the fact to make a video about it. And this is going to be sort of the first demo, if you will. The next step is to start making our own custom billet parts and only using 3D printing for the prototyping. That's something I really want to look at. Other than that, the goal for today's ride was to test this thing out, was to ride as I normally ride, do the wheelies, hit potholes, jump curbs, all that kind of stuff, and not even really think about the mount, just assume it works. And if it works and I get home and I can give it a few hard tugs and it's still holding on to the phone, I mean, I think it passes my test. Still good. I've been slowly getting better at my wheelies, and I feel like slowly but surely, day after day, inching and inching towards balance point and finding my comfort zone. Give this video a like and drop a comment if I should make a video learning how to wheelie, and I don't stop until I get balance point. This bike is too easy to wheelie. It's absurd. Yes, sir. That thing's sick. Mint. Oh, be careful, dude. Wheeling into a red light. That was a sweet bike, though. I'm not gonna lie, this thing has taken smack after smack after smack, and it is still perfectly good. Fuck. You know what the crazy thing is? I have yet to actually spot someone in the wild on an e-moto. Actually, that's a lie. There's one kid that rode past the house a while ago, but like, don't get me wrong, my wheelies definitely get sketchy towards the end. I fully realize they're power wheelies. And by the time my front tire comes down, I'm doing a solid like 45, 50 miles an hour most of the times. Totally get it, I'm working on it. But it's still fun as shit. And I still feel like slowly but surely I'm getting a little bit better at carrying them, a little bit higher each time. It feels like I'm giving it less and less power to keep it up. So that tells me I'm working my way towards balance point. Hit it again, hit it again. Yes, sir. I saw you from, nice, dude. That takes skill.
Is that a 3.0?
It's a SR.
That is awesome. Can you wheelie it?
I can. I don't want to get in trouble here, but we'll give it a little bit. Thanks, man.
Yeah, I was riding away and I saw you coming down. I recognized your helmet.
Awesome. Good work. That was sick. That takes some skill. Have a good one. Oh, this kid is still wheeling. Man, I'm having so much fun. I forgot I was even here to test the phone mount. Dude, I love this thing. This is actually my second time recording this video. The first time I recorded it, like a dumbass, I forgot to plug in my mic. So everything you're seeing in this video, I basically did twice. So this phone mount has really gotten the test. Man, I wish, imagine they could just shut this off for like 1 hour and you could bring a set of supermotos and just tear this up without having to be cautious. I've never ridden an E-Ride Pro SS 2.0, a 3.0, any other e-bike. The only anything I've ridden before this was my one wheel. I had the original XR or whatever it was, and that thing was dope. And we have arrived at the end of the trail. All right, we'll have a little more fun, go back to our favorite spot to stop, and take a look at the phone mount closer up. I think it's passed my testing, to be honest. It's still perfectly sturdy. I would have no issue doing just about anything I would do on the street with this thing. Well, at least we know the mount survived the wheelie test, because I have been wheeling about as much as I can, everywhere I can. It basically slides in here, mounts with VHB tape, and it's rock solid. I mean, this thing, I'm giving it a good amount of tugs right now, and it's on there. I could probably make it a little lower. I mean, if I really wanted it to be right up against this, I totally could. And honestly, I might. I just thought that having it about an inch up would be a little bit easier for me to read, and it'd be that, I don't know, we'll see. Let me know what you think in the comments. Should I make it lower? All right, friends, I think that's all I've got for this video. So we'll just enjoy the rest of the ride back, pop a few more wheelies, rip around, and call it a day. Get it, you got it, you got it. Nice. It's scary leaning back, isn't it? Oh, you're good?
Yeah, close.
I was coming down that way and I thought it was a pole or something sticking out. Awesome, well good luck guys. Just wanted to make sure you're good.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. Later. These side roads, every time I feel like right there, you see that person backing up? They always roll so far forward. They roll super far forward, and then after the fact, they roll back. And if you're going 20, 30, 40 miles an hour, asking for trouble. Like right here, scary thought. I cannot wait to get some supermotos on this thing. I mean, don't get me wrong, the knobbies are great, but not so much for a ton of street riding.